Have you ever watched a person clasp their hand over their forehead when they get some upsetting news? They are reaching for comfort. Or have you seen someone bring their hands quickly up on the sides of their face when something alarming happens? They are supporting and comforting themselves. Or have you watched someone clasp their hand over their upper chest near the throat when they're in distress? And have you watched someone holding their chin just under their mouth when they're trying to figure something out? They are helping themselves be steady and concentrated. Or have you seen someone hugging themselves when they're scared? Or squeezing the side of their hand when they're upset? These are just some of the comfort spots that we use automatically. It's a natural human tendency. On this tape, you're going to learn how to use this tendency in a very special way to systematically relieve stress. And it will work because it's based on principles that your body already knows. This tapping method is simply a systematic way of using your own comfort spots. Because it organizes them and it puts them into a system, it's a lot more powerful than our usual haphazard way of using them. You're going to see how this works. You know, an interesting thing about this, too, is that these spots correspond to some of the acupuncture points that are used in traditional Chinese acupuncture. It's an extremely different kind of process, of course, because they use needles and we use a very gentle tapping, but the spots correspond to some of those ones. Undoubtedly, practitioners of ancient Chinese medicine was looking at people, observing them over the centuries, and seeing that people use their hands to comfort themselves in very specific spots. Now you're going to experience this method. So the first thing we're going to do is show you the actual comfort spots you'll be using. So here are the tapping points. The sequence of comfort spots begins with what we call the karate chop spot. This is the part of the hand that karate masters use when they strike a piece of wood and they split it in half with one blow. The spot is located halfway between the base knuckle of the little finger and the wrist bone of either hand. Now we go to the inner corner of either eye, just above the bridge of the nose. The next spot is at the outer corner of either eye on the bone there. The next spot is right beneath either eye in the middle, on the bony structure. The next spot is directly beneath your nose, and it's called the under nose spot. The next spot is directly under your mouth. It's called the under mouth spot. The next spot is on the collarbone. You can find your collarbone spot by locating one of the two little upward-pointing bones below your throat on either side of the body. I suggest you make a fist and lightly thump this spot when you're doing the tapping, so you'll be sure to stimulate the collarbone spot. The next spot is called the underarm spot. It's on either side of your body, roughly 4 inches under the armpit. The final spot in this sequence, it's on the top of your head towards the front. These are all the spots you need for a single round for now.